bring this down real quick. Oh, damn. Let's see what happened here. Little technical difficulties. Let's see. What did I do? Okay, hold on. Let me get this shit. There we go. Cool. There we go. Alright. Yeah. We're back in it. Alright. Another week. I feel like I still don't have this right. Let me see. Okay, it is what it is. It's good enough. Okay, let's see what we got with news. What's going on? Is this thing on? Mic check. Okay, good. Alright. I feel like, okay. Here we go. Cool. News, 2 a.m. Not too worried about that, but let's check it out anyways. Level of diffusion index based on surveyed German institutional investors and analysts. Okay, what does that mean? It's an indicator of economic health. Investors and analysts are highly informed by virtue of their job, and changes in their sentiment can be an early signal of future economic activity. Okay. Not too worried about that. Let's see what the morning wrap is talking about. Oof. What is this talking about? Bank of America warns that Trump's proposed 30% tariffs could raise the effective U.S. tariff rate by 4 percentage points. As a result, the Fed may delay or fully abandon planned rate cuts in 2025. The USD ended the day higher against major currencies. The rise was driven by Trump's new threats of 30% tariffs on the EU and Mexico. So more tariff news. Trump threatened 100% tariffs on Russian goods if peace is not achieved within 50 days, along with secondary sanctions on countries buying Russian oil. He has also unveiled a new NATO defense pact with Ukraine, which includes the production of Patriot systems and deployment of the U.S. military equipment. Wow, a lot of tariff news going on. Interesting. Okay, nothing to really worry about. It's just really telling us that this, well, the biggest takeaway, the U.S. end of the day higher against most major currencies, so gives me a sign of strength. The U.S. dollar is the dollar index. Let's see what he's talking about on the 1 hour. So price is currently bullish on the 1 hour. Let's check the 4. Okay. I mean, overall market is still, the dollar is still declining, but as of right now, it's on this bullish uptrend. Let's see where gold is. Okay, kind of moving sideways. And then our pair, Euro USD. What can we see? On the monthly? Don't really like to spend too much time here, but always like to check. Looks like we're reaching these highs up here. I mean, it's not too close, but it's not too far at the same time. The weekly, still bearish. Overall bearish. Internally, it is bullish. Okay, let's see the daily. Hold on. I think I have some markings on this chart. Okay. Let's leave this one here. Drop on to 15. What do we see here? On the 15. So still, I mean, looks like we're in a bearish trend. Internally we're bearish. Externally we're bullish. With that news, the dollar strengthening, I'm kind of leaning towards sells this week for EU. Just glancing at the dollar index and the news, fundamental news. Most likely, price on EU should be bearish. As you can tell, the trend is bearish. Let's bring up these. Delete this. Let's delete that. Get rid of that. This is all from last week. Last week was a good week. There's a faster way to delete all this, but I have not found out how to do that just yet. I'll find out though, no problem. Cool. Got that out the way. Alright, a lot more cleaner. So I have this 4-hour demand zone marked out, hoping to see price come down here and give us some type of manipulation and maybe work its way back to the upside or break through here, retest, and come down to this daily zone below it. Let's see how far these zones are. So this will probably reach by today or tomorrow, and then this is probably at the end of the week. We'll see. Anything can happen. But for right now, trend is bearish, so I will be looking for sales. If I find an opportunity to short, I will take that opportunity. But let's put the vertical line. Usually that's my first thing I like to do before I really drop down in the time frame. I'm gonna just keep these up because these were nice little notes from last week. Cool. Drop down to the 15. Let's see, Asian high. Asian high right here has been swept. Can we see any other form of liquidity? Maybe this, let's see. I like this right here. What's the 30 point? Like that. Liquidity is there. We have this Asian low here, and what else can we find? Let's move to the 1 hour. What can we find? I don't know why it's not letting me add any text. There we go. Delete that. Okay. So we have liquidity resting down there. We have liquidity resting right here. Let's see, and right here. Some nice take profit targets right here. Okay. So we have our trend, which is bearish. We have this demand zone resting below us, and then these liquidity points for take profit target. Let me see, drop down to the 15. What can we see here? Drop down to the 1, the M1. Let me see, price looks like it's reacting to something in this area, but what can we see? If we move left, what can we see here? Do see nothing at the moment. Yeah, nothing crazy at the moment. Price is moving a little choppy, to be honest. It is moving a little choppy. I do see these highs up here. Pretty interesting. Let's see, I'll label this a 1 hour supply. Yeah, this is a good zone. How far away are we from here? Not that far. 10 pips, 11 pips. So I'll wait to see what price does at this 1 hour supply. Right now, looks like buyers are strong in the market. So we'll wait it out. Yeah, I want to see what price does here. Because this seems to be pretty strong supply and demand. Demand zone here. And then rejection here. So let's see what price does when they get into this area. It's gonna do something. Just want to see what it does. We can drop down again to the 15. I want to see price come and actually take out this Asian high. If we can take out this Asian high, it should be a big move. It'll have collected enough liquidity to make a move to the downside. If price comes here, takes out these highs, takes out these highs here, and then this high here. It's all liquidity resting up here. So I'll let price breathe. Let's see what it does. Still bullish. Oops. I'll have to drop up to the 5. Let's see what we got. Can we find unintentional movement, liquidity sweep, reveal the market intent? So we have some unintentional movement, a sweep, reveal the market intent right here. So unintentional movement, liquidity sweep of all these lows, and then reveal the market intent. So market is showing us that it wants to keep going higher. So in the 1 minute, you can kind of see it better. And I like to always label this out. So this would be my unintentional movement. I'd say this is the, I could say this is the sweep right here. This is the sweep. Yeah. Sweep. It's at the bottom. And I'll say this is just the reveal of the market intent. Not a big move, not a big expansion. But I see that as its intent. And then again, unintentional movement here, sweep of these highs, extension. And again, unintentional movement, happening right now. So with these highs, and let's see what it does from here. Another week. It's just about consistency right now with me. You know what I mean? So that's the name of the game. Consistency. Yeah, so let's see what price does when it gets to this 1 hour supply. So I have it marked out here. Got it marked out here. I want to see price come and sweep these highs up here. You can sweep these highs, tap into this 1 hour supply, and then show us some unintentional movement, a sweep, and then reveal the market intent with a change of character and a break of structure. That would be a valid entry for me to take shorts. But for right now, we're just waiting to see what type of manipulation happens in this zone. Because it could also blast this zone and continue bullish, but our overall direction of the market is bearish. The market is headed towards the downside. So with our overall bias, it's safe to say that, shorts are more favorable. We just have to see if the market will give us an opportunity to actually go short, but that is my bias for right now. So I want to see what price does when it gets up to this 1 hour supply, and but right now I can just monitor what's going on. I see a lot of bullish intent right now. So no valid short entries. Nothing is showing us that we're going short. Market is still respecting market structure. We have the low here, high, lower high. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and it's looking like we're making a higher low right here. Yep, looks like we're making a higher high. We had a higher low here. Now we're expecting a higher high. That's just some funny news. This is some news I found funny, I should say. Yo, I wish this picture was fake, but this is actually hilarious. This is actually hilarious. Oh man, my guy Trump. He couldn't help himself. He could not help himself. This guy had to be a part of Chelsea's trophy celebration. And I know they were pissed. This guy, Reece James, he's asking the guy, like, bro, are you staying? This guy, Trumpito, bro. I like he ain't hear nothing. No, the video, I gotta find the video. The picture doesn't do it justice. Oh man, nah, this shit actually had me crying. My God, Trump is in the mix, bro. Nah, this picture's too funny. Man, I know these guys were upset. Trump just had to steal the spotlight. Nah, that's too funny. Okay, I can delete this. Clean up the chart a bit. This we don't need. We know where price is going. What time is it? Almost 1. We do have that news at 2 a.m., but it is a orange folder, and those folders don't really they have an impact on the price, but it's not as severe as a red folder would be. So not too worried about the 2 a.m. news, but I do want to see what price does at 2 a.m. So, but if I find a trade before then, I'll take the trade. If I see a trade, if I see my trade, my setup up here before news drops, I'll take that trade. The price is creeping to that 1 hour supply, so we do want to see what goes on here. How far is it? Not that far, 5 pips away. And what I'm really focused on is these highs up here. I would like to see price come and sweep this Asian high, because it hasn't swept yet. It hasn't swept these highs just yet. Either yesterday's Asian highs. Can we see it? Yeah. Asian high here. Then we have these highs up here that I would like to see get swept before we make a move back to the downside. So just be patient. We'll wait for this 5-minute closure to happen, and then this I don't need right now. I like to clean the charts. I like to see clean charts. So yeah, just wait to see what price does at this zone. I'm hoping it'll sweep these highs up here, sweep the Asian high, give us that manipulation we're looking for, and then give us intentional movement, a sweep of the highs or the lows, reveal the market intent with a breakout structure, change of character, and then a retracement back. Well, once that breakout structure occurs, that will leave us with an entry. And I want to see price come back and tap us into that entry, and then head to the downside, collect liquidity down here, Let's see. Yeah, this is a lot of pips. 35 pips, 40 pips. I usually like to aim for 30. 30 is like the sweet spot when it comes to EU. But let's see what the calendar is saying, or the forex calculator. I mean, the forex volatility calculator. Let's see how many pips can we find in a day. We'll let that do its thing. I want to say it's going to be like 57, 60 again. Let's see. So the last 10 weeks. Not looking for that. Okay, 49. Let's say 50. 50 pips a day. So half of that's 25. Usually I like to aim for 25 to 30. But whatever market allows it, or whatever market gives us, we'll take. So if I see market giving us 50 pips, or 30 pips, I'll take 30. You know, 30, like I mentioned, is like that sweet spot for EU. Because after 30 pips, it can either keep dropping or it'll reverse on you. Price will come back in reverse. So we get into the one. What's it doing on the one? What can we see here? So price is still respecting market structure. Higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. So no need to get in the market. We still have this supply zone up here that could potentially get mitigated. So we don't want to jump in too quick because we still have those highs above us. We still have an Asian high above us. So gotta be patient. Yep. Yeah, just gonna keep an eye out on this. Let's see, time wise, how we doing? 12:46. So we just getting started. London session is just getting started. There's also some news down here I like to read. Let me see if I can. I gotta bring this down. Okay, shares gain ahead of key U.S. earnings and data, while trade talks loom. Dollar holds near 3-week high before CPI. So that's the news that's come out before New York session opens. Bitcoin eases from record peak. Asian shares rise. Dollar holds gains ahead of U.S. earnings. Nasdaq futures are up. So this is just telling me like the dollar is very, very strong right now, which aligns with our bias of selling or shorting U.S. Euro USD. So that is looking good. So we have core CPI news, and these folders, they move the market crazy. This is where you don't want to be in the market. So if I do find a trade within my time window from 12 to 2, I'll need to get out before 5:30. Maybe get out at 5. If I don't find one during London session, most likely I can find something after this news is done. So New York session, but we'll see. For right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So yeah, I'll just wait to see, because also maybe that orange folder could be the catalyst for why price goes up here, taps in this 1 hour supply, and also takes out these highs here, and here. That could be the news that pushes price up here. Just maybe just a guess, but we'll see. Because price does move, or news does affect the movement of price. Always got to keep that in mind. So like I mentioned, I'm interested to see how price reacts to this 1 hour supply. And looking at just past data, we can see anytime price has gotten up to this zone, it's made some pretty big moves. Like it got up here, made a move for let's say 35 pips. It's a pretty big move. Here probably just about the same. From the side to this low, 40 pips. These are big moves. So, and then also from here you can see from here to here, it's about 53 pips. So, interested to see what price does at this level. Just gotta keep an eye out for it. Let's see what it does. So right now we can see some unintentional movement forming right here. Looks like price is moving side to side. So I like to always mark that out. Whenever I see my unintentional movement, just mark it out. Because then what I'm going to wait for next is my sweep. Preferably, I like to see price sweep the lows. If I'm looking for sales, and I look for price sweep the highs if I'm looking for buys. Unintentional movement right there. Yep. So now I want to wait for our sweep. I'll go back to the 5 minute. You can see it more clear. Price is just moving kind of up and down. Yeah. Yes, yes. That's a sweep. Sweep of the low. If I wanted to see. Sweep of the low. Yeah, sweep of the lows, and then I want to see price make its way up here, up to the supply zone. Yeah, let's let price play out. Let it do what it needs to do. Yeah, no rush. It's still respecting the market structure. There's no break of this higher low here. So we got our sweep. I'll call this a sweep. Looks like we're making that push to the upside. Alright, so there's no break. You can see here. No break of this low. Let's see how price is looking on the 2 minute. The 3 is pretty strong. Yeah, keep it on the 2 minute. gonna be a long night. All good though. This is what I do, mine. Yeah, last week was actually a good week. I don't really post results like that. I should. I'm gonna probably get better at doing that, but the trade worked out just as I thought it would. You know, 30 pips was our target. Ended up getting that, so it's a good trade. Saw my setup, and then you try to execute. You gotta execute, man. That's how this works. You have your plan, you have your strategy, but if you don't execute, what's the point? You're not doing what you need to be doing. But yeah, here we can see at the reveal of the market intent. You can see market is wanting to push up. So we'll wait for that cycle to pretty much just come back around. Unintentional movement, sweep, reveal the market intent. So we have all the phases of the liquidity. We have all the steps of the liquidity phase going on right now. Where'd I put that thing at? It was somewhere over here. I know I put it somewhere. There it goes. I like to keep this up. That's what I kind of have memorized at this point. You know, I look at my liquidity phase, so I see my unintentional movement, the sweep, reveal the market intent. I look at the market phase. Okay, after the market intent, do I see a change of character or break of structure? Did it leave a supply zone for me? You know, because it has to come back, complete the retracement back into that zone, that BOS zone, and then it's going to repeat, reveal the market intent, change of character, break of structure. That's kind of how it just works, man. But, you know, every strategy works. You just have to, like I said earlier, execute your strategy. Every strategy does work, to be honest, but you have to stick to one, and when you see that setup, execute. Yeah, so we see our unintentional movement, our sweep, our reveal market intent. It's happening right here in the market. And it happens every single time, every single day. AM on the dot. Yep. News comes out in an hour. You know, sometimes though, sometimes price or the opportunity, your setup opportunity does come like after 2 o'clock sometimes. You know, but I like to be in the market from 12 to 2. But looking back at like times where orange news has dropped, and I called it a night at 2. You would be amazed to see like the setup come around like 2:15, 2:30. But by then I'm just kind of like, I could wait till next session. So I'm gonna see if I don't see the setup before 2. I'll hang out. I'll hang out a bit. It's just that the CPI news comes out at 5:30. That's the only thing. So I'd have to catch something. I really have to be in and out. But we'll see. I'll see. Cause tomorrow also looks like a good day to trade. But anytime there's so much news going on, there's so much. The market just has so much volume, and it moves. It moves like really nice. But I'm not. I don't want to chase any trade. At the same time, I don't want to chase anything. Yeah, here we can see our reveal the market intent. Let me mark that out. Definitely reveal the market intent right here. And then that cycle's gonna repeat itself. And these are all just like small extensions. They're not really big moves in the market, but you don't need a big move for this to count as a market intent. Because what I've already noticed is that there's highs above here that hasn't been swept, and there's an Asian high above here that hasn't been swept. So this big extension, I want to see the big extension come and sweep these highs that I've just mentioned. Let me pull them back up. These highs up here, price come, sweep these highs, sweep this Asian high, right? This gray box, this high right here, and then come back down. That'd be ideal. That would be the ideal move. But till then, you just gotta be patient. I'm just trying to think of the possibilities. The possibilities that the market could eventually do. And that's a big possibility. Come up here, sweep, up here, take out all these sellers, gain enough fuel to make its way back down. That's just what I see. Let's see. So prices still respect the market structure. You can still see low, high. I gotta move this. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high. This is still considered a higher low because it's higher than this one still. So yeah, price is still making its way to the upside. It's just not as clean as it's not like clean like this. Oops. Doesn't look clean, but the more you look at a chart, you just start to develop an eye for like market structure. See, this would be like clean market structure, but price don't really move like that. It don't trend like this. It can, but usually it moves like this, and you have to see it. You have to see these higher highs and these higher lows, higher highs, higher lows being formed still. But yeah, we'll wait. See what it does. Like I said earlier, I'm very interested to see what price does right up here. So 6 pips, 7 pips away. I want to see what it does there. one thing I didn't know about Twitch is like you can save your old videos, but then after a week they get deleted. I didn't know that. I think there's type of like subscription plans you can subscribe to, or you can keep the video for like 60 days or something. But I really didn't know that. But I like to record the videos on Twitch, and then upload them to YouTube. That way I have like everything saved. Cause I want to look back on it. I want to look back at this and just document like the journey. You know what I mean? Even though like I'm not a new booty, I'm not a new trader. I got some years under my belt, but still, it's like I'm still going through the process. You know, and then there's gonna be a day where I'm not in that process anymore. You know, so it's good to document the process. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I used to think it was cool, but then there was a point where I was like, man, that's hella corny, bro. Like, why do people record themselves and document their journey? But then when you see that person reach that goal and they're no longer in that process, it's like motivation. It's like, damn, bro, no one saw that vision but you. And you could tell people what you're gonna do, but then like they can't see that shit. Some people don't have the vision. Like if God put a $1 million vision in your mind, you can't expect everyone to see that. You know, that's just an example I can give. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of like um, just creators, athletes, influencers. Like they would really just document every little step. I wish I had done that earlier in my trading career. I did here and there, but I wasn't really consistent with it. But with this, it's like to stream the trades. For me, it's like I enjoy it because it's honestly making me a better trader, and it honestly has. Because I'm way more patient now with my trades. I analyze a little bit more. Um, and then when I lose, I don't care, you know? I used to care when I took a loss. Like, I want my money back. I like revenge trade and not stick to my strategy. But the fact that I have this recorded, it makes me think twice about revenge trading. Because I'm gonna look back at it and be like, bro, you look so stupid on camera. Revenge trading. But it's normal. It's normal amongst like traders, whether you're starting out or you got some years under your belt, people still revenge trade. It's not good, but it's just part of it, of the psychology aspect of trading, you know. But yeah, I like watching these sessions and then critiquing them. But I just want to have them on file and like at my disposal. That way I can look back, and remember like the process. I love being in the process though. That's one thing. I love being where I'm at. You know. I'm someone who really admires development, even if it's not even if it's not me that's developing, but seeing other people develop. I always like seeing that shit. Like even playing sports, you look at like someone's rookie season. For example, Messi. I remember when I was young. What year was this? 2006. First time I ever see Messi play. I must have been like in middle school. Yeah, it had to be middle school. So I'm like 10, 11. And this guy Messi's like 19 at the time. something like that. Yeah, he's like 19. And to see where he was at in '06, to see where he was at like 2014, it's like, whoa, this guy developed crazy, bro. In that, what, 8 year span. So yeah, just something about development is just exciting, bro. To see where people are at, and then 4 or 5 years later down the road, you know, obviously they're being consistent. They stay down with what they were doing. It's crazy to see like how like humans can grow. You know, they can develop. So documenting that, it's like documenting your growth is very, very interesting. So it's something that I want to do for myself, you know. Cause I used to really document like a lot of my soccer journey, but I would never really put it online. Maybe here and there. But I wasn't someone who really liked to share, like overshare my life. And I still don't. It's not my thing, but trading is like what I really enjoy doing, and I enjoy the process because I know, and this is just from like my own experience. I know there's a lot of money to be made in this market, and the money that you can make, the the things you can do with it, it's like it's life changing, you know. But I'm not attached to the actual money aspect. Of course, that's what we all want, but the mastery of the skill set is what I'm really, really like interested in. Cause I know where I was when I first started. I was not the type of trader that I am right now. I didn't have no risk, no like thought of risk management. Uh, I didn't have a strategy. I had one, but I wasn't sticking to it, and uh, just I was all over the place, man. But right now, I'm like, okay, I got my strategy, I got my edge, um, I got my setup, you know, where I can just trade. So yeah, things are different. But yeah, man, trust the process. So again, I can still see the unintentional movement here. Sweep. Right here, unintentional movement to the downside. Sweep. Reveal the market intent. But this also could be unintentional movement right here. This also could be unintentional movement. This whole thing could be unintentional movement, sweep, reveal the market intent. So market is inching closer and closer to this 1 minute or 1 hour supply zone. So let's see. What's it looking like? Yeah. So 45 minutes till that news drops, and I want to actually go back and read what this really is talking about. I don't think this news is gonna really do too much to price. Okay, that's just the source. German ZEW indicator. Yeah, you can kind of see it right here. It's medium impact expected. The red folder is a high impact. Those are the ones you want to stay away from. You don't want to trade ever with this when you see a red folder. But orange and yellow, it's not that crazy. So a lot of consolidation right now. Just want to keep an eye out on what what price wants to do. What does price want to do? Yep. Yay. Let's see. Yep, you can kind of see price movement just sideways right now. So I definitely want to stay out of the market for right now. Yeah, this is it. That's what we're looking at. So price eventually has to break through one of these zones. I want to see price come down here to the demand, or maybe sweep these lows, and then come back up, tap us in. We'll see. For right now, it's maybe just all we can do is just be patient. Man, that Trump picture still be killing me, man. I see it everywhere on X. It's too funny. Okay, price is in that demand zone. Let's see if it sweeps these lows below it. Use it as fuel to move to the upside. Or maybe just goes back to the supply zone. And just keep moving, and price just keeps moving sideways. We shall see. Yeah, I want to see price come down and sweep these lows here. Then make its way to the upside. Let's see. I don't know why I'm playing around with this screen. Yeah, maybe price can come down here. Or down here, sweep this low. But ideally sweep these lows here. And then make its way up here. I feel like news will give us the movement we're looking for. Just gotta wait. Okay, cool. So it look like there's some Bullish momentum. Bullish momentum forming right now. Let's see, is that a significant candle? Is this a significant candle? That'll be my next question. That would be my question. Price is just choppy. Sideways market, always want to stay out of it. Until market decides what it wants to do, we will remain on the sideline. And it's 1:31 right now. News comes out at 2. I'm gonna stay past 2 o'clock. Yeah, and see if I can find a setup. And if not, it's all good. New York session is on the way. I know there's some folks that stay up from New York, from London. They stay up there in London and stay up all the way to New York session. I can't do that, bro. I cannot do that. Especially on the West Coast, it's tough. From, let's say you stay up, you stay up till 9 a.m., right? Like London's at 12, New York's at 6. So let's say you stay up till 9. I'm not doing that. But you gotta catch the trade, right? You can't just go to sleep as soon as New York opens. So from 12 to 6, yeah, you just finding a trade and you get in that trade and yeah, man, like 7, 8, let's say it's 7, 8 a.m. you find that trade. Yeah, man, it's like a full day, full shift. Okay, so price is coming back down. Let's see if we can sweep these lows. Because technically we're still forming higher lows. You can see higher low right here, right here, right here, right here. So still wanting to move. Then you have these equal lows right here. Equal lows. Let me delete that and actually mark it out. Yeah, so this is good. These are not really equal lows. How would we call that? It's close. It's not equal though. So price came here. Possibly to sweep these lows here. And maybe sweep this low. Maybe. There it goes. This is what I wanted to see. Yeah, price swept this liquidity point. Swept that low. Got to sweep with this low. Can we get down here to sweep here? Or does price have enough fuel now to make us move to the upside? I mean, we still have that orange folio at 2 o'clock, so that might help it move up to the upside to be able to wait and see. Yeah, I'll move back to the 2 minute. I like viewing on 2 minute because then it gives you like a better idea of what price is doing. Well, the 1 minute actually gives you the best idea. It shows you what's going on before it really happened. Like that 1 minute just gives you like it's like watching a video in 4K. Like you just see all the details compared to like 3, 4, 5. The 5 just gives you like a higher, like a stronger confirmation. I'd say that it gives you a stronger confirmation. But that 1 minute is like watching the market in 4K. I like to go on 3 minute just to view. 15, what's going on in 15? Yeah, 15 is looking good. Yeah, just wait. I'm not in no rush. I know what I'm looking for. No rush. So this candle should close in about 30 seconds. Let's see how it closes though. I like watching these candle closures. You know, the candles tell you a lot. The candles are like a language. It's telling you what it's gonna do. It's telling you how much volume is in a candle. You know, are the buyers stronger? Are the sellers stronger? What does this candle mean when it closes this certain way? What does this wick mean? And man, you read the candles, you pretty much have a better idea of what's going on. But okay, look like it just closed. Check into the 2. What's going on? Yeah, it looked like prices want to come down. You can kind of see these equal lows starting to form right down here. So that also can be liquidity being swept. And it did before I could even finish my little line. Got swept there, and then it should come down here and sweep. It should come down here. So now we can delete this. Wait, I change the character here. Let's see this. There was no BOS. No breakup structure just yet. Yeah, this would be our BOS. This would be our break. Right down here. Delete that. Delete that. So price got swept down here. Yep, and let's see if we can make its move back up to the upside. Cause there was no breaker structure. So this high led to this low, this high led to this low, and then there was no breaker structure here. So yeah, market just inviting early sellers. So yeah, we're gonna just wait. Yeah, just wait. Sit on the sidelines. But that's what I thought was gonna happen. These lows are gonna get swept, and then I'm looking for a move now back to the upside. Hopefully to this 1 hour supply zone, and then market, and then price just makes its real move to the downside. Yeah, didn't see my setup in this, and this push to the downside. How many pips is this? Yeah, it's only 8 pips. Nothing crazy. That could be, the market inviting early sellers just so they could come in and get swept out. Because there was a change of character here, but there wasn't a break of this low. There was no break. Because I want to ask myself, where was the high that led to the low? And this was a high that led to this low, but there was no BOS. And there was this. I got this high low. It got broke by this high. You get me? And there was no retracement up here, so price hasn't left us. Has not left us. And it's still moving. It's still moving pretty choppy. But yeah, this high led to this low that caused that BOS. You could say this was your change of character right up here, and this was your breaker structure. Let's just say this was breaker structure. Let's say that was your breaker structure, and this here was your change of character right up here, because it stopped making higher lows. So now we have our chalk and our BOS. And let's see if this is a zone. Maybe above these highs. Yeah, I don't like to usually put these. This is what I want to stop doing. I want to stop putting this using this tool, right, to see potentially where I could get in and get out, and because It just takes the focus off away from the entry. The entry is the crucial part right now. I don't want to think about pips or like my stop loss, my TP, all that. Not right now. When I'm in the market, then you wanna use that tool to see where you wanna get out, where you want your stop loss to be. But right now, it's gotta be focused on the entry, because the entry is one of those things that you always have to get. You can always improve on. So I'm gonna clean this up because I don't need it right now. But I like this zone right here because it did give us our unintentional movement. Then we had the sweep of the lows, and then the reveal, and then the extension downwards. Well, this was the actual sweep, and this is gonna be the extension. So I'll mark it out. Unintentional movement. And I could say this was our sweep. And this is our expansion. And then if our expansion could mitigate this 1 minute supply zone, we could possibly looking for shorts to the downside. But with that news coming out, I don't want to jump the gun too soon because news is creeping. Comes out in 10 minutes. We'll see what that does. The price, we'll see. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for price. It drops in 10 minutes. So we'll see. Okay. Price looks like it's slowly moving up to this 1 minute supply zone. Okay, let's go to the 3 minute. What's going on here? So I'll leave the chart on this 5 minute time frame, and then just wait for this news to drop. 5 minute break. Dokie. We got. So news drops in 3 minutes. Let's see what it does to price. Does it give us that push to the upside we're looking for? Let's gotta wait and see. Let's see, 2 minute candle. And usually price gives us a hint of where it's going before it drops. I mean, of what it's doing. Okay, drops in 1 minute. 40 seconds. We'll see what that does to price. Looks like it's having price go up. Let's see what it does at that zone. And I don't want to take a sell at 2 o'clock on the dot when news drops. You know, anything could happen. Even if it does hit my POI, you just never know. We can delete this now. We see our liquidity sweep and our reveal market intent. News just dropped. Okay, it's positive. Didn't really move the market too crazy. But I want to see if we can get tapped into the zone here and then take a trade. Yeah, let's see. Price can come, sweep here, tap us in. See, tap us in here, cover these highs. Let's cover these highs. Repip. Down to this liquidity point. Or this one. Let's see if we can get tapped in. Let's see if price can come. Price can come sweep this high here. That'd be nice. Yeah, sweep this high here. That'd be nice. price can come and sweep that high, tap us in. It just give us more confirmation to take a trade. Because right now it hasn't swept anything. It hasn't swept anything. That would give it enough fuel to go down. But we will see. Because it definitely has not tapped into our zone. Let me see on the 2 minute. What does that look like? Oh, okay. Maybe it did tap in. This was at 158. Sometimes that 2 minute gives us a cleaner order block. Yeah, from the top of the zone to the bottom of the zone. So let's see what it does. Cover these highs. Let's be patient. Okay. See some bullish momentum here. We did get tapped in. Can we sweep this high? Let's see. Price kind of moved into the zone fast, so I don't want to be too eager to jump in just yet. Feels like we did get a sweep of that, and yeah, swept that. We can delete this. Oh, really? This was another 1 minute. It wasn't really a 1 minute supply because it didn't really lead to anything. We can delete that then. And probably mentioned before, I really want to see price come into here. But it looked like price swept here, swept there. This was something else, I remember. That was a consolidation box. Let's see what price does here. Just the way it came into this box, I didn't really like. I usually like to see price ease into a supply zone rather than smash through it. And that kind of all comes with just experience, just seeing it happen over and over again. Which I've seen it happen so many times, where I've got in and price smashed in my supply zone, and I get taken out. You know. So when I see that, I kind of always remember not to enter. So it's 2. It's 2 o'clock. I don't know. What should I? I'm gonna wait. I want to see if price gets into this, if it touches this 1 hour supply, because that's really what I was waiting on. Let's see what price does at this 1 hour supply, and it's about 7 pips away. I would like to see what happens there. So we still have our change of character and then our break of structure. So this zone should hold up, but the way price moved through it, I didn't really like it. I don't really like it too much. Even if I did that, it's not so bad. You can see price even swept this high here. So I'm just gonna wait and see and be patient and see what price wants to do. I see price make a second leg down. Let's say this is 1, 2. It looks like this is a higher low. Let's say it does come down here into something like this and like that. I'm more comfortable to take a sell when it's moving away from this supply zone rather than taking a sell. I don't really know what's going on, because this could be just a higher low forming. Could just be this. It could be that. So don't want to enter. You don't want to enter sells at a higher high. Sells you want to enter at a lower high. So I'm gonna just wait. So what can we see here? So with the CPI news coming out at 5:30, might be best just to wait for that to come out rather than waiting for a sell. Because to take a trade now and then have news drop, it's not very smart. Like, the market will entice you to jump in, but you kind of have to think about fundamentals, the technicals, the time. It all makes a difference. So right now I'm not really seeing price move to where I need it to move. I don't see opportunities to sell, honestly. It's 2 o'clock, 2:15, so price is gonna slow down. CPI is coming out in 3 hours. That's red folder news. And you want to trade away from that. So I probably will call it a night, and then come again for New York. Yeah, I can sleep for 4 hours. Yeah, I'm not gonna force a trade. Didn't find anything. London, New York, it should be something. So appreciate anybody that tapped in. Yeah, I always do appreciate that. Cool. So I'm gonna end the stream. Peace out.